Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast. I am your host, Sam Randazzo, and I am joined by my two rather big-mouthed co-hosts. To my right, it is the one and only Uncle Sam. And to my left, absolutely dismembering his own dill pickle, it is Bruce, the tugboat Venditti.
I'll take a dill pickle.
Right in his
No,
butt.
one of the
Right in his
Velocic.
butt.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Right in his
No.
butt.
The Velocic miniatures. That's what,
No.
what Bruce is.
The fat ones.
Right in
Nice
his butt.
stogie.
Yeah, okay.
A nice stogie.
Yeah, you can wake up from that. Here, I'll pinch you so you can wake up from that dream. Anyways,
You've never seen it.
welcome to another episode of Fantasy Frenzy, Week 13 edition. We are going to get into that later on in the episode, but first and foremost, how you guys doing?
Great.
He's a little on fucking edge.
You a little moody today? Is that Bruce? Bruce said you're on edge. You moody
Someone
today?
woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning.
Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed?
I'm gonna fire this helmet at you.
Are you good right now?
God bless Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer got a job.
Oh, he did.
I
Where
just
at?
thought I would tell everybody about it. He's the new head coach at the UAB Blazers. If you don't know what UAB is, which I'm sure Augustino does not,
Hold on. Do you know? Do you know?
do
where
you know what
is?
UAB is? What school that is? I'll give you a hint. It's in
No.
Alabama.
The University of Alabama? I don't know.
There's a B at the end of it.
There's a B at the end of it.
The University of Alabama, Birmingham for 1,000.
Correct.
Oh,
Anyways,
Only people that know football know these things.
wow, congratulations, Trent Dilfer.
Congratulations to Trent Dilfer.
Yeah,
That I don't know what he could teach them there.
that was
but
an awesome piece of news to start out today's show.
I'm very excited.
Trent fucking Dilfer.
You know
Trent
who
Dilfer,
isn't excited?
the second best
UAB.
quarterback in the NFL.
Also, shout out to everybody who listens to us on Spotify. If you guys got your yearly roundups, make sure you screenshot how many thousands of minutes you listen to Tip Balls for and throw it on your Instagram story.
Pretty
Remember
awesome.
to tag us.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Steve DeLapp, 4,053 minutes of listening. That's 68 hours of listening to us. Can
Holy
you
Christ.
even imagine?
I don't think I could do that to
I would
myself.
have
No.
jumped off a cliff by now.
Yeah, I know. God.
We start out with a bit of news.
We are starting out with some news. Ravens running back J.K. Dobbins has returned to practice today, which begins his 21-day window to which he can get activated.
I
off
don't
the
know what
IR.
all that means. All I know is this: he can't stay on the field. Can't stay on the field. I don't know what you could say about him. Even when he was on the field in full recovery, supposedly, he wasn't impressive at all.
Packers head coach Matt LaFleur says that he does expect Aaron Rodgers to play on Sunday against the Bears, even though he did not practice again today. So,
He doesn't need to
Rodgers.
practice. He's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
in some other news that Uncle Sam will love, Kyle Pitts underwent season-ending knee surgery today.
They should have done that 2 weeks ago.
Eagles have opened up the 21-day practice window for defensive tackle Jordan Davis. He could play as soon as Sunday against the Titans. And if they needed anything up against Derrick Henry more, just plop Jordan Davis's fat ass right in
Just
there.
let him heal up. Let him heal up. They don't need him. They'll be fine.
You think they'll be good without him?
Yeah. Been hearing this
Dude, they're
rumor on.
They are good without him. They're going to be a
Seen a lot of rumors right now about Tom Brady could potentially return to the Patriots in this offseason coming up.
So you want to know something? I wasn't
I
even
actually
going to
like
humor that rumor. I wasn't even going to bring that up because I figured you would be just sit there and roll your eyes at me. So I'm glad you did.
Well, I'm going to bring it up.
If
Is that okay?
if
Well,
he-
for the guy who says he should have retired.
yeah,
Well, there was some other guy here.
You seem pretty happy.
the Athletic reported it.
I
A source
am
close to the
actually scrolling down the comments right now, and here's what a lot of people are saying. He should retire. Please retire. No way. That would be crazy. No way. No way.
You are probably right. So it's got to be
They
Todd
literally have Mac
if he-
Jones.
he's probably
Somebody
willing to
said
go
they
back.
literally have Mac Jones.
Why are you reading comments?
Wait a minute.
from
Some
just
other guy, you
random
know what some other
people,
guy
dude?
said? Good. Bailey Zappi needs a backup.
Oh wow. Listen, what were you gonna say?
I was saying it's probably if that is true, it's got to be Todd Bowles.
Listen, to
And
me.
your theory
There's
is
absolute.
correct.
You guys are everybody who's actually buying into this is fucking.
I'm just saying,
absolutely.
I don't
I'm
believe
not
anything.
buying into it, but if that were true, I'm saying then
I-
your theory is where
bullshit.
it's
Do
going.
you know, honest to God, and this is me saying this, do you know how much respect I'd lose for him if he went back to New England?
Why?
I would-
Because
Why?
I would
Why?
I would absolutely
You
lose
go back to
all
New
the
England-
Let
respect.
me tell you something right
Listen.
now. Robert Kraft would welcome him back with open arms.
If he went
And
back,
so would Bill Belichick.
if he went back to New England with Belichick as the head coach, I would lose all respect for him. Sorry. You left because you didn't like the way he was doing things. You went somewhere else. You saw the grass wasn't greener on the other side and went back. That was like LeBron going to Miami and then coming
you know
back
what?
to the Cavaliers.
it was almost as atrocious as that.
Yeah.
Almost.
Fuck that. And he won't do that.
You know
He
what's
will
more
not
Yeah,
do
but
that.
what
atrocious
if-
right
what if-
now to me?
What?
I'm going to say this, and I'm real tired of people posting stuff and reports on it. I'm tired of Odell Beckham Jr.
Him getting dragged off the plane
Listen to
while he
me,
was fucking doped out
because he
over
was
the
all
weekend.
fucking
blown
drugged out on the
Yeah.
plane. Beside that, him with not making his so-called decision on who he's going to go play for reminds me of some asshole saying they were going to take their talents to South Beach many years ago. I don't want to fucking see it. I don't give a fuck who he's going to play for. If he even finishes out a fucking game, he'll be lucky. Okay? If there's anybody here in this league that is just about washed up, it's him.
So you don't put any value in Odell Beckham?
No, I do not. I do
all
not.
the bullshit, all the prima donna bullshit aside.
All the
As
prima
a
donna
player,
bullshit
you have
aside,
no
yeah.
faith in him.
I
After
don't.
what he
I
did
don't
for the
anymore.
Rams at the end of the
he
year
can't
last
stay on the
year.
field either.
That's the thing. You just throw
Been
him out
riddled with
there.
injuries.
Just throw him out there. For a few
What
plays.
help is it? Oh my God, he had a great Super Bowl. Yeah, he had 4 fucking catches and good night. He was gone. 3 catches. I'm sorry.
I hope he goes to Tampa, but that's just me.
Whatever.
Hey, this-
whatever. He needs to quit fucking playing games. Decide on a fucking team and then announce it. Stop talking about, well, it could be Dallas, it could be fucking the Giants, it could have, fuck you. Just make up your mind already, you fucking dildo.
This would be perfect for the scream.
that would be perfect for the screen. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
Can
Put
you
that
put it
right
in
in
there?
there.
I don't
Put it-
have it. I don't have
I don't know how to do it.
it. Yeah, I deleted
hire
it because you
somebody
wanted
else.
it shorter,
We
asshole.
need to hire
Hey,
somebody else.
Hey, hold the fuck on. This is a big piece of news. The Chicago Bears have signed quarterback Tim Boyle off of the Lions practice
Christ.
squad with both quarterbacks injured. Thank you, Tim Boyle.
Great
Thank you,
guy.
Tim Boyle.
Great guy. Wow, we sent 2 backup quarterbacks in division.
Yes, we did.
We didn't
know what
send
would
them.
be even better?
We didn't send
Want to
them.
know
They
what
got
would be
picked
even
up.
better? Is if Tim Boyle starts against the Detroit Lions and then fucking absolutely
Oh,
obliterate.
my
my-
I would love to see it.
I would actually. My head would explode.
You know what?
It would
I don't
explode.
give a fuck. You
would
could you
explode.
could put him on the fucking Kansas City Chiefs, and I still wouldn't fucking play him. Are you kidding me? They could put Sky Moore at quarterback, would do a better job than Tim Boyle. Oh God.
The Bears also placed wide receiver Darnell Mooney on IR. Not that anybody really gives a
Sucks
shit.
to suck.
Not fast enough.
But yeah, other than that, I think that we're pretty good there. I think news covered. Let's talk about
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's talk about Monday night's matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. Game was in Indianapolis. Indianapolis came in second in the AFC South and Pittsburgh at the bottom of the AFC North. The Steelers bested the Colts 24-17 in Indy. And honest to God, I actually enjoyed watching this game. It was actually a fun, honest to God, it was actually a fun game to watch. I thought overall, Matt Ryan's stat line through the first half was absolutely fucking putrid. I mean, the Colts offense looked absolutely fucking putrid in the first half.
If this isn't the same team that came out 2 weeks ago, that's for sure.
Well, and
It's a good defense.
I was sitting here and not understanding why, because, I mean, if anything, they should be meshing together better now.
But they're inconsistent. That's the problem.
Whatever Jeff Saturday did at the half and whatever adjustments the team made, they did give Pittsburgh a pretty good game in the second half. I mean, at one point, they were up in the second half of this game.
I agree with
in the
that
fourth
to
quarter.
a point, because Jeff Saturday's usage of the clock, I thought I was watching Dan Campbell.
Yeah, I know.
It was pretty fucking horrid.
Well, this only difference between that is Jeff Saturday's in his second game, and Dan Campbell's in his second season.
True.
So,
And guess what? They have just about as much wins.
yeah.
But like, what is it? Why can't these guys, like, you're a coach in the NFL, a 12-year-old could clock manage better on Madden, for fuck's sakes.
I mean, we could say the same thing about you showing up here on time. You're not very good at clock management either.
That's
but
true.
anyways,
It's like, what the fuck? I don't know.
I agree with that. I think that the coaching there at the end of the game with the management of the clock definitely was at.
But I see it happening more and more now than
Well-
than I have in the past.
Maybe it's just a different philosophy on how to deal with your timeouts. Because like over the weekend, right? I saw even Belichick. It kind of raised my eyebrows about how he used timeouts.
No,
towards the
you,
end of
you
that
want to know
game.
something? I'll tell you what. I don't think there's a fucking head coach in the past 30 years that has used the clock better than Bill Belichick.
Well, I agree, but
in 30 years. I mean, come on, dude.
it's like the norms that used to exist with clock management and timeouts and everything at the end of the game kind of don't anymore.
You know what? The game keeps changing and changing and changing, and the NFL just keeps getting more ridiculous by the day, and it's to a point where it's almost like taking coaching, the art of coaching, out of the fucking games anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
It really is. It really is.
You know
They're
what I
running.
noticed?
They're running it. They're running the NFL like the NBA runs the NBA.
Oh Jesus, here we
And
fucking
I'm not
go.
trying to be fucking. I'm trying to use an example
Come
so people
on.
understand
How?
that it's just a shit show.
How? What players
It's a
in this?
fucking
What
shit show.
players in this league run their team? Like what happens in the NBA? Outside of the Buccaneers,
You don't think players run their team.
no
You don't think Pat Mahomes has a say on what they do.
has a say. Yes, but ultimately that's Andy Reid's team. Period. You think Andy Reid's gonna let Kermit the fucking Frog come in there and tell him how to run the team? Please,
course.
absolutely not. The only two guys who have that kind of clout are Rodgers and Brady.
Right. And you want to know something? I'm going to say this. I don't think they should have that much authority. I think it's too much.
Rodgers and Brady.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's too much for them.
They know more than
Too much
they know
for them.
more than most of the coaches in this league.
Yeah,
do,
that's
bud.
true.
Come on.
Well, that's because they've seen everything.
Also,
They've been around longer than all these
You
coaches
just
have.
so you're agreeing with him now?
Agreeing with Sam?
Yeah.
As far as what?
But you said
I don't think any player. I get it. If
Yes,
you've been in the
okay.
league for fucking 20 years, I get it.
okay.
But
that's
some of
different.
these guys like Zach Wilson,
I don't think no.
Come
on,
he does.
fuck on.
Fuck
I mean,
no.
these guys need structure because they can't do it on their own. Even
Why
a
do
guy
you
like
think
Jared
Zach
Goff,
Wilson's sitting on the fucking
even Jared
bench?
Goff? Do you trust Jared Goff to do what he wants to do?
no.
No, thank you.
And I don't think anybody does.
I want some
I don't.
effort.
I don't think
Think
that
Dan
anybody
Campbell
does.
trust
I
Jared
miss-
Goff to call a good game?
I
No.
miss Matthew Stafford. I miss him.
Um,
I miss him.
shut the fuck up. Anyways, Kenny Pickett, I thought had a decent little game.
Yeah.
I you know what? More so than his stat line, I was impressed with the way that he led the team down the stretch. They were down in the fourth quarter by a point, and he was able to stay composed and get them into a win. Didn't make any mistakes, and you know what? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. He played pretty nice, and at the same time, Benny Snell Jr. was the lead rusher for this team. So I don't know where to go with in the direction of this Najee Harris thing anymore. I mean, yeah, Najee came out of the touchdown. He averaged
Well,
3
they're
yards
saying
per
he's
carry.
hurt.
Well, yeah, an abdominal strain. And but problem is, before Najee got hurt, he averaged 3.5 yards per carry. Benny Snell Jr. comes in 12 for 62 and a touchdown.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know if I trust Najee Harris, if any at all anymore. George
I
Pickens was again the leading receiver, 3 receptions, 53 yards. Deontay Johnson got 5 receptions for 49. He led the team in targets. And that was about it.
I mean, at what point do you
Here's
can't
the thing.
continue to throw the ball for 100 yards a game
Well,
and win in this league anymore?
this whole thing, the Colts aren't going to win this. I mean, the Colts and the Steelers, neither of these teams are playoff
Right.
teams. I mean, let's be
Not-
real.
But
about
I
it.
mean,
I'll tell you what.
we're over here. You know,
Matt Ryan is not the answer for the Colts.
no.
Let's be real. He will get them through this year. They will win a few more games. They'll probably be a 6-win team, and they'll go off into the sunset and find their guy next year. I think the
Either
Steelers.
that or bringing another
Hey.
guy that's well past his prime.
Yeah,
The Steelers, I think, are going to be something to fear.
the Steelers. I agree. The Steelers definitely have upside.
They're a few pieces away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They have to work on their offensive line.
Work on their run. Whoever. They need to find a running back.
it's the offense. Who?
They need to
Not
find a
Harris is
solid
good
fucking
back,
running
dude.
back.
I want to hear that.
Yeah,
He's a good running back. It ain't him.
I'm throwing in the
But
towel.
he
on
ain't
Najee.
do. I mean,
Jonathan
Shit
Taylor.
all
Calling
year.
out what? You don't think he's? You think he's a problem?
Yeah,
I don't.
I mean, he has. There's not been one point
You-
this year.
Najee Harris.
So you
what
think we should
Najee
get rid of
Harris is a
Swift,
4.5
but
yard
Najee
per carry
Harris?
guy.
But-
He's not a devastating
He's not.
break a tackle and go 75 yards
He's
for a touchdown.
not a
He's
4.5 yard per carry guy this year. He's not.
That's the product of the offensive line, not of him.
Well, what the offensive line did not change all that much from last year to this year. In fact,
That's
the
why they were
quarterback.
shit last year. They
Yes,
were
but-
garbage last year. They almost got Ben Roethlisberger killed.
Najee Harris had
No.
1,200 rushing yards last year.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, they're giving him the
And
ball fucking
500
almost
35
got Ben
times a game.
Roethlisberger killed.
I mean, granted, but at this rate, I mean, he's averaging 3.2
He had more
yards
carries than
per
any
carry.
other back did last year.
Yes, and this year
You're
he's
going to
averaging.
destroy this guy in 2 years.
Wasn't he like top 5 last year?
Yeah.
He wasn't. Yeah, he was number 1 in attempts, and I believe he was third in yards. And this year, it's just not there.
He's not even close.
No.
They're giving him the ball fucking 10 to 15 times a game. It ain't enough.
Wait, I guess. Jonathan Taylor was really
There
one
you
of the
go.
only
There's
bright
another.
spots.
There's another example. Jonathan Taylor was a goddamn superstar stud last year.
Well, Jonathan Taylor also missed a bunch of games this year, but he had
Correct.
20 for 86 and a touchdown against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but
know,
you think about it.
that's-
Najee hasn't done anything all year, and Jonathan Taylor really has when he's in.
When Jonathan Taylor is healthy
high?
and in the game,
You're
he's-
fucking.
Are you?
yeah.
You're fucking high.
He's all glass-eyed over there.
Hey, you know who
Stupid.
I really like, and I think has a promising future is Jelani Woods, tight end for the Indianapolis Colts. He had a very nice game.
Yeah, drink your little girly drink you got over there.
He hauled in 8
dude,
receptions for
you
98 yards,
Fucking gonna just
and that's
utterly
that's a
make
nice
me
game.
fucking kill you.
We need to talk about this little piece of news that I discovered. A little rumor swirling around the AFC West. So yesterday was Russell Wilson's birthday, and his wife, who is Sierra. Do you know who Sierra is?
Yeah, I know who the fuck she is.
She had a birthday party for him.
Yeah, was Future there?
Did nobody show up?
Well, the whole team was invited,
And nobody showed up.
and supposedly about 1/3 of them showed up.
I bet you it wasn't his offensive line.
And there's a lot.
Nobody from the defense.
There's a lot of talk right now that he has completely lost this team. Nathaniel Hackett, a source close to Nathaniel Hackett,
How does
has
he still
said
have a job?
that Russell Wilson has lost the team? Probably because he's blaming it on Russell Wilson. Which,
I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I see some relevance to that.
what? Putting
And it could be Russell Wilson, dude. I think he's kind of a douchebag. We've kind of seen that. We've always thought he was like the cool guy, but now all these reports come out that he's a total fucking douchebag.
well, I don't think it's a douchebag. I just think he
He
tries.
thinks he's better than
He
everybody.
tries very hard to
See,
be.
those reports are coming from people that think they are better than everybody else.
Well, no, I
What are
think
you
he.
talking about?
Russell Wilson seems to me like he carries himself in a way where
It's fake.
it's slightly fake, right? Like he tries to be this super polished, He was Walter Payton Man of the Year last year. The super polished, all about his business, textbook professional athlete.
Maybe the fame.
And he wants to be the perfect role model for children. He wants to do everything right.
That's fucking great.
Well, but the whole thing is, it makes him unrelatable. You get what I'm saying? Think about today's modern NFL, right? He doesn't fall into the realm of the rest of these guys because he tries to hold himself to a higher standard than that. And I think in this case, his lack of ability to relate to his teammates because he's trying to hold himself to such a high standard has actually cost him his team. Now, as much as Nathaniel Hackett wants to put the blame on Russell Wilson, and I think there's some people inside of the Broncos locker room that want shit like this to get out, how else?
They wanted this to get out, period.
Right. How else would the
Otherwise,
media
it wouldn't be
know?
out.
How else would the media know that only 1/3 of the team showed up to Russell Wilson's birthday party?
Hey, maybe they were fucking busy, dude.
It was a Tuesday night in Denver in fucking November.
Hey,
Nobody's
you
doing
never
dick.
know, dude. Maybe they were busy.
I think
Would
he's
you have
lost
went
the
to
team.
his party?
If I was a player for that team?
Yeah.
No, fuck him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's an issue.
And I'm sure Mike Purcell already said fuck him. That was on Sunday.
Because stop and think about it. Say Josh Allen's girlfriend had a birthday party for him in Buffalo.
Is she hot?
Say Josh Allen's girlfriend had a birthday party for him in Buffalo.
Yes.
The whole team's going.
Probably.
If Tua had a birthday party,
Yeah.
the whole fucking team's going.
It's Miami, of course.
But,
Hello.
right, there's more things to distract you in Miami. There's more shit to do. It's fucking Denver in the middle of winter. There ain't nothing to fucking
Listen
do.
to me, dude. Listen, these guys don't have to be friends. They don't have to like each other.
But
They just need to come in.
Why
and
does
do
he-
his
the
job.
quarterback of the team
They
should
need
be
to come
able
in,
to.
he needs to come in and do his fucking job.
Correct. He
hasn't
should
done
be
it
able
from
to
fucking
rally
day
it
one.
together.
Why
No.
doesn't
He
why
hasn't done his job from day one.
Why hasn't he pulled if it's not his fault? Why hasn't he pulled like a podcast move like Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady and just totally not say what the problem is, but
Well, you want to know what I think, and what I don't understand is why hasn't he pulled a Derek Carr yet?
or that. But you remember when Aaron Rodgers he was a
Say
There's
what
a
you wanna
couple
say about Derek Carr.
podcasts.
He got that team
Yep.
really playing behind him now.
What he did is he
When
got
he
the,
called
got
out
the-
some
yep.
of these
Yeah,
guys
that's
on his
true.
own team
Yep.
and said, you know what? Not everybody's fucking buying into what we're trying to do here, and it's fucking bullshit.
Well, because when
And you know what? I don't believe Russell Wilson's buying in on what they're doing there.
here's the thing, when you have successful veteran pros,
Correct.
i.e. Devontae Adams. Okay? If Devontae Adams and Derek Carr get up there and say, hey, we got to fucking do something different and right this ship, and they show the emotion and the heart and everything else, it's going to motivate the team. That's going to get the team back on your side. Russell Wilson, one, I don't think he's done that. And two, if he did it, the way he'd go about it
I don't
wouldn't be
think Russell
effective.
Wilson's on board with Hackett. And I don't think he fucking, I don't,
Well,
I
then
mean,
why
that's
do you
the only
sign
thing
there?
I can come away
Why
with.
do you sign there then?
From the beginning of the fucking year, maybe he thought Hackett was different than what he is.
I think Hackett thought Russell Wilson was different than what he is.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, here's the thing. Hackett was successful, right? Last year, Russell Wilson wasn't successful, and then,
But he was injured too. And
okay, that's
he
fine.
did have
But
hand surgery. Didn't he have some other fucking surgery too? He was busted up. He was busted up because they couldn't protect him for about 3 years.
you want to know what the big asterisk is on Russell Wilson?
What's that?
Pete Carroll, okay, who might be a fucking scumbag. He
Might be.
He might be.
Might be.
He might have been touched by Satan. I don't know.
Sold his soul many years ago.
But when a guy who's
He was at USC.
give me the benefit of the doubt on this one. When a guy who has been around the game for as long as Pete Carroll and has had the successes that Pete Carroll has had, and he looks at a guy who has been in this place with him his entire career, and he has won with, and he says, you know what? It's time for us to do away with you, and we're going to give the reins to Geno Smith. That is a
Yeah, but he
That's
got
an
he
issue.
got a king's ransom into that.
Yeah, but
And guess what? Belichick tried to do the same thing with Brady to get a king's ransom.
Didn't fucking work.
Didn't work.
No, it didn't work because the owner said no.
Oh, and it probably cost the Patriots a Super Bowl, another ring.
Well, they've been
You could
cost.
probably
They
thank
actually
Robert
won a
Kraft,
few they
not
should have lost
Belichick.
too. So
Exactly. Yeah, so I think that situation in Denver is going to just keep deteriorating. And honest to God, the way that you are hearing things come out of there,
what do you do? What do you do? You owe this guy so much money,
you pack it in and pray for
and the cap hit has got to be unfucking real on his contract. It's got to be unreal.
Typing away over.
I mean,
So-
I don't know how many years his contract was for.
We're
What
gonna
was
go
it,
over it right
4-year
now.
Deal?
We're going to go over it right now. But do you keep Hackett? Let's say they don't win another game all
No,
year.
I wouldn't keep Hackett either.
Well, you got to remember, getting rid of Russell Wilson is not, it doesn't even make sense. Okay? At the end of the day, this is what essentially you gave him. You gave him $98.2 million
Up front.
fully guaranteed with a bonus of $168.
Okay. So he has $92 million.
Oh, excuse me. No.
Fun fact here. Matt Stafford's contract was $72 million guaranteed.
So his cash
Rookie
his
contract.
cap number next year is 22. His cap number in 2024 is 35.
Wow.
His cap number in 2025 is 55.
Okay. Well, stop right there. Okay. Even if you decide, you know what, this is not the right thing, and you move on, the dead money hit is unfucking real.
Well, yeah, here. So I'll tell you the dead money hit right now. If they cut him this year,
right.
the dead money is $107 million.
The cap is what, 175 million?
No, it's over 200 now.
Is it over 200 now?
But
Well, it's 100. You're $100 million
and then
lassoed around you.
next year, it'd be 85,
Okay.
and the
You're
year
still
after that,
fucked.
it'd be 49.
Okay. So
And then 2025, it would be $5 million. So realistically, they're
So-
tied to him through the next 2 years, no matter what,
matter
even
what,
if they
they're
wanted to
tied to
take the L. Correct. It's awful.
So at what point? At what point?
He's got
Because
to
this
get
guy
his
isn't
shit
even
together.
serviceable right now.
No,
He's not.
you
I mean,
gotta.
I'm sure Geno Smith is better than him right now.
He is.
There's a lot of guys that are better than him
Yes.
right now.
But you
what
gotta
point
Mike
do you make
White
a fucking
is better
change?
than him right
you
now.
gotta bring in somebody
Who
to
can work?
coach that team that was willing to work with him. You've got to find the right guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know who that is, but you've got to find
Or
the
a
right
quarterback's
I
coach or somebody that could help him.
I saw a wild rumor on Twitter, and I don't even know if it was from a reputable source, but it was an article, and I read it. They were talking about if Michigan wins a national championship this year, about Jim Harbaugh possibly leaving and trying his shot at the NFL again.
Well,
Could you see
That
Jim
almost happened
Harbaugh in
last year.
Right.
that almost happened last year.
Could you see him in Denver?
Yeah, but didn't he turn that
He was-
down?
He turned down a
Yes.
Minnesota job.
Yeah,
Well, where would you rather be?
Michigan.
Michigan, who's paying you whatever you
Michigan?
want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, he has a contract that has a what was
He also has like
Life
juggernaut.
insurance.
Life
policy for
insurance
kids.
policy.
Absolutely. They give him whatever he wants.
fucking he
Whatever
gets
he
whatever he wants. Listen, the guy did nothing for fucking 7 years and he still has a job. He finally made it to a fucking playoff.
Let's real quick, in retrospect,
Yeah, but the first 6 fucking years, everybody was calling for his head.
Oh,
Don't you
yeah.
remember they cut
I
his
was
pay?
I was calling for it.
The year before last, they cut his pay.
Me
They
and
were
my
ready
father
to
were
fucking
calling
axe
for it.
him.
so in retrospect, I just want
Okay.
to so all in all, I mean, we know Russell Wilson's gonna make $50-some million this year.
Yeah,
Geno Smith makes 3.5.
it's pretty fair.
Geno Smith is making $3.5 million to have a better season. A better season.
Well,
$1.2 million in base
I
salary.
think
and he makes
Geno Smith needs to fire his agent after this year.
well, so I just saw this in here. He gets a $585,000 per start bonus.
Per start bonus? Well, that's
so
not bad.
So he'll make $11 million this year if he starts every game.
That's cool. Good for him.
But
Jared Goff, Meg?
Too much.
Jared Goff this year, 31.15 million.
Wow.
How much is pure?
31 million.
Yeah, and he's not even. But you have to remember now. In
Who's
the
the top? Rodgers at 50 or something
he ranks
like that?
Goff ranks 11th as far as quarterbacks
As
go.
far as pay.
Correct.
Now all Detroit did was pick up his contract from the Rams.
Essentially, yes.
Correct. And just like the Rams picked up Matt Stafford's contract, who was being paid like 40 this year or something ridiculous, I thought. Or no,
Matt
maybe it was
Stafford
less.
40. He averages 40 million a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where would you rather be? Jared Goff in 31 or Matt Stafford in 40 and on IR?
Yeah, I'll take Goff. And if you look at the guys around Goff, Cousins was the first one to get paid the stupid money. If you remember.
Correct.
And he's making 35 million now. He's ranked one above.
Yeah, he's
Goff.
not even near. He couldn't even hold Pat Mahomes' shoelace.
Are you fucking ready for this? You know who's under Goff?
No.
Next time you talk shit about Jared Goff, remember this: the two people under Jared Goff. Carson Wentz at 32.5. Matt
He's
Ryan
not playing right now,
Matt Ryan at 30.
and who's just a ghost of himself.
And then it goes Tannehill, Brady.
Woo!
Goes Tannehill, Brady.
Tannehill and Brady? Brady's way the fuck down there?
25 million.
So you're giving me ammo.
Why am I giving you ammo?
Ammo for what?
If anything, I'd say the Lions got a
Where
pretty
did you say he
goddamn
was?
good
13th?
deal.
13th?
Yeah, I mean, he's down.
Who's
He's
ahead of him?
ahead of him is Rodgers, Wilson, Murray, Watson, Mahomes, Allen, Carr, Stafford, Prescott, Cousins, and then Goff.
You know what's kind of odd about that?
Mm.
Deshaun Watson makes more money than any of them. He hasn't played in fucking 2 years.
Deshaun Watson ranks 4th under Murray, Wilson, and Rodgers.
My God.
Is he gonna
This
play?
guy hasn't even
Is he
played in
playing?
2 years.
Supposedly he's going to play this week. Honestly, we should probably touch on that real quick.
30
How do
minutes
you
in.
feel? So did you see the story about how 10 of his supposed victims are going to the game this week?
Yeah, what is
Excuse me?
What is
Yep.
what is with that?
Say that one more
what-
time.
What?
10 of his victims are going to the game this week and having a protest.
That doesn't sound like
they're
victims to me.
protesting. Okay.
No,
That doesn't sound like
protest.
victims to me.
Pro-
The protest.
That's what
Oh,
I was.
the protest.
I was confused at first too. I was. Like,
Oh, I thought they
they're
were
just
going
to
in the
game?
clubhouse.
No.
They're going to protest. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what?
I bet you that stadium protests with them.
Oh, can you imagine?
Let me
That would
tell
be
you-
awesome.
Hold on a minute.
That would be fucking.
Hold on a
awesome.
minute. Listen to me. Do you really think the dog pound
Yes.
are going to protest fucking this guy?
It's in Houston.
Oh, it's
Oh,
in Houston.
oh,
what
absolutely.
I'm
It's
saying.
getting protested.
game is
It's
in-
getting
It's in
protested.
Houston.
Okay.
that stadium's about
all
to
right, then I
erupt.
can understand the protest then.
Oh, yeah.
The dog pound will not protest Deshaun Watson.
No, they'll fucking blow him because they're a bunch of
They'll
soulless
give him the
bastards.
tug and rub next.
Yeah. But in Houston, can you imagine what that environment's going to be like?
I can't wait
in
to see it.
Houston.
I'm excited now knowing.
Nah,
That's going to be
You know what would be the worst thing is Kyle Allen coming out and lightening them up.
That's not going to happen.
No, I know that.
That's not going to happen. But,
But
yeah,
you know what? It's wishful thinking.
10 to 12 of the women who accused Deshaun Watson of sexual harassment and assault will attend the Browns-Texans game Sunday for Watson's return from a suspension.
You know what I want to see? I want one camera just on them women alone.
that's probably what they're gonna do.
You think so?
Oh, it'll be a big deal.
Yeah, they'll zoom in on it.
And the Browns hung up a Deshaun Watson poster outside of the stadium. He's now outside of the stadium, out there with Myles Garrett and Njoku and all of them, and Chubb.
Well, that's cute.
Yeah, very cute.
They spray paint it yet? They
No,
put scumbag
Not
on
yet.
it Okay.
Should we talk about the Thursday night matchup? Because this is one that I know you are going to love because it is a...
Divisional game?
Yes, sir. There it is.
Who is it? Who's Thursday night?
This you're going to be locked in. The 8-3 Buffalo Bills head to Foxborough to play the 4th place New England Patriots, sitting at 6-5. This game could have massive
game above 500.
implications on the division. Buffalo's a 3.5 point favorite. The over/under is 43.5 points.
Okay.
And We're gonna make. We always miss making the Thursday picks. We always.
I'm going to
miss
make
it.
mine right now.
Let's hear it.
What's the spread?
3.5.
3.5. Who's getting a 3.5?
Who do
New
you
England?
think, dude? Don't ask
At,
dumb
at
fucking
Foxborough?
questions. At Foxborough, Buffalo's
And Bill
a 3.5
Belichick, a
point
full
favorite.
4 days to game plan. I'm going to take the New England Patriots.
No, he's had a week. They played.
Oh,
on
he's had a full
Thanksgiving.
week?
They both played
All
on
right.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, fuck. It's perfect. All right. I will take the New England Patriots, getting the 4.5.
3.5.
You said
You
4.5.
listen. I said. What did I say?
3.5.
Thank you.
Okay. I will take the New England Patriots, the
might
3.5
change,
points
though.
to beat the Buffalo
Open up
Bills.
more.
Yeah.
They'll be a bigger favorite. Bruce.
See, I really want
At
to
home.
say the Patriots, but at home they lost
Listen to me.
to the Browns.
They were one of the few teams last
Was
year
that
that beat
in Cleveland?
the Buffalo Bills.
Oh Jesus.
Did they lose to the Browns at home? or
So
in
far,
Cleveland?
the Patriots have lost at home to the Giants. Or no, that was preseason. My bad. They lost at home to Baltimore, at Green Bay, at home against Chicago, and at Minnesota.
Oh. So it's the Chicago. I was thinking, yes.
They lost to Chicago at home.
Yeah. Oof.
But they also turned around and absolutely pummel-fucked your Detroit Lions.
But that's the Lions. That's
That's
the
all
Lions.
right. That's what happens. This is what
Anyway,
happens when you give
no,
Belichick
that's irrelevant.
a
That's
full
irrelevant.
week
This
to
is a
game
good
plan.
team.
The team that's in first place in the division, correct?
Guess so.
Okay. I will take the Patriots.
Over under 43.5.
I'm going to go over.
God, that's awful.
I'm going to go over to 43.5.
This is not opinionated. I'm taking the Bill. I think the Bills are going to win this game, but I want the Patriots to win.
Wow, that's the first time you've ever used logic to make a pick here.
What do you mean? I think I say that all the time.
So what are you trying to say? I'm not using logic?
No.
I say it all the time. I think Minnesota's going to win, but I don't want them.
You want to know what this is like? This is like you picking the Lions against the Bills on Thanksgiving, just for fun. It's just for fun. It's just some pipe.
Listen, the Detroit Lions would have won that game if their fucking
Would have only counts in
coach
horseshoes.
wasn't a fucking
only counts
idiot.
in horseshoes.
Whatever.
Only counts as horseshoes.
Whatever.
Why do you think New England's going to win this game?
Why do I think they're going to
Yes.
win?
What are the reasons why you see New England winning this
I
game?
gave none.
Other than the
Because
fact
this-
that they're at
because
home
this-
and it's a
no.
divisional game.
Other than that, I truly think that Bill Belichick will want to pound the football to the Buffalo Bills, who cannot run the football, and New England has a good run-stuffing defense. I like Ramondre Stevenson against that Buffalo Bills defense.
Damian Harris is out,
I don't care.
Okay.
I like Stevenson better than Harris.
as do I. But
He makes.
I'm gonna take Buffalo minus 3.5. And,
Okay.
I'm going to take the over in this game as well. As much as I hate that, I'm gonna because here's the thing. It was the same. I have the same philosophy going into this game as I did going into the Lions game with Buffalo. All right. I think it's going to be a touchdown differential. And Buffalo does not. Patriots do have a good run stop, but Buffalo does not need to run the ball to score. The only thing they have to do is let Josh Allen run. Again, if we go back, same thing I said last week. What did I say about Justin Fields against the Lions? Ran for 147 yards, and the Lions can't spy a fucking quarterback save their life.
That wasn't last
Well,
week. but-
one of the reasons why New England lost to Chicago at home was because Justin Fields ran all over them. I see the same thing happening again this week. I think Josh Allen's going to run for 1,000,000 yards. And yes,
I don't see that. I think Bill Belichick is ready for Josh Allen.
either way, that's my thought. I think Josh Allen has a big game on running the ball. I don't think Buffalo needs to run the ball with a running back to score. I think New England's secondary isn't going to really have too many answers for Justin Fields, or not Justin Fields, I'm sorry, for Stephon Diggs. I just think they're going to overwhelm them offensively, and I'm going to take Buffalo.
Dude, this one's a. It should not be this close for me to make a decision right now.
Well, that's because your mind's you're brainwashed by him.
No, because
Yeah, you
he's
are.
right. They do have a good defense.
Who?
The Patriots.
Okay, I mean, before we sit here and absolutely fucking
But-
deep throat the Patriots defense, all right? I mean, they're second in sacks because Matt Judon leads the league. They're fourth in interceptions. Passing yards against, they only allow 198. That puts them at ninth. Total yards against, 307. That puts them at fourth. At the end of the day, yes, they do have a pretty strong defense, but so does Buffalo. I mean, this is the Buffalo Bills.
You know what that's the alarm for? I'm changing my pick. I'm taking the Patriots to win this game.
Oh, wow. Absolutely awful.
I think you're right, Bruce.
You guys both picked right last week on them. So
Bruce, I think you're right.
I didn't, not with the Bills.
yes, you did. You picked the Bills. Or you picked the Lions to beat the Bills last week.
And they didn't.
They should have.
Correct. You both
Should we
picked
keep
wrong
going?
against
Oh,
Buffalo
We need
last
to keep going there.
What?
They should have beat them.
Oh, guess what? Since when is this okay for you to do? Yeah, they should have, but they fucking didn't.
By the way, I would like to just say this. In fantasy, the New England Patriots have the #1 defense.
You know what fantasy is?
Thought I'd put that out there.
Damn.
Fantasy.
They have the #1 defense.
Dropping the pin.
All right, let's.
And they are a top 5 defense in this league.
Speaking of fantasy, let's hop right into it. Fantasy Frenzy Week 13. Some quarterbacks that I actually do like this week. Obviously, we know who we're not playing, right? We know that we are not playing Russell Wilson. We know that even if Matt Stafford plays against Seattle, I wouldn't play him. But I'm going to say this much. Some plays that I do really like this week. I think Tom Brady's going to have a big week against New Orleans on Monday Night Football. And you can castrate me all you want for that. New Orleans hasn't showed me anything over the last couple of weeks. Sorry. They've got to bounce back from this. If they don't, the season's over for them. I like Brady against New Orleans. Their defense isn't that great, and Brady needs a big bounce back game. Another quarterback I absolutely love this week, Trevor Lawrence at Detroit. I think that – go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, but you disagree, so tell me why.
No, I don't. I agree. I agree.
Stingray mouth swung open there pretty quick when I said that one. Point blank period, Detroit gives up the most points to opposing quarterbacks. I like Trevor Lawrence this week. I think that the Jaguars are hot. I'm going to run with them. I think the Lions are going to be a little bit cold coming out of the gate after that loss to Buffalo after their hot streak. I like Derek Carr against the Chargers this week. Usually I wouldn't be about that matchup. I think that the Raiders are kind of reinvigorated at the moment. I think Derek Carr is got a big chip on his shoulder to win some games. I don't know if I like the Raiders in this game, but I know what I do like, and that's Derek Carr. That's Devontae Adams, and that's Josh Jacobs. I mean, Josh Jacobs put up 50 points last week. Fantasy-wise, Derek Carr will have a chunk of those. I think that I would definitely start Derek Carr this week against the Chargers. And one more that I really do enjoy this week. If he plays, I'm playing Justin Fields against Green Bay. And that's a big if. That's a big if. If he plays, on the other side, I am not playing Aaron Rodgers against Chicago. My man's got too many ailments. He's got a broken fucking thumb. His side is all fucked up. Chicago, even though their defense has been pretty awful, the Aaron Rodgers thing scares the shit out of me right now. Like you said, if they had a brain, they'd shut him down, but they're not going to. So I would just stay away from that one.
I have one game that I would stay away from, and that's Russell Wilson against the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Defense at Baltimore. I don't think it's going to be a good day for him.
No.
In the past, I would say maybe go ahead, but not right now.
You can't take that risk this week. Couple I don't like, and this first one's going to surprise you. I don't like Tua Tagovailoa against the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers have just looked so dominant defensively as of late. I really don't know which way this game's going to go. It's at San Francisco. The Dolphins haven't really missed a beat as of late. And I know Tua.
This is a really good test for that.
This
San Francisco
is a massive
defense.
test, and this is a big test for the Dolphins as well. Because if they can go out there and they can put up points on this defense, they can go out against San Francisco in San Francisco and put up their normal numbers. That tells you everything you need to know about how real Miami is. I personally don't see it going in that direction. I think San Francisco's their defense matches up extremely well against Miami. So I'm not a huge fan of Tua this week. And I got another one's going to surprise you. I'm not a fan of Dak Prescott this week.
How's that going to surprise him?
They're playing Indianapolis. And you know something? He only put
Indy's defense looked good.
Indy's
Monday.
defense looked good against Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh willed that one out. Dak had a 14-point game against Detroit, a 15-point game against the Giants. I think Indy's still has a little bit of motivation carrying over into this game. And I just think that the Cowboys are kind of due for a shit show game. They've looked good, and I think
Dak
they're
Prescott
due for a shit show game.
The most inconsistent quarterback in.
That's
in
what
the
I'm
NFL.
saying. I think he's going to shit the
And I
bed
got a
this week.
feeling this is the week that he'll show his inconsistency.
Let's talk about running backs. Do you have a quarterback you want to toss in?
No.
Okay. Let's talk about running backs. One guy I'm really, really, really don't like this week is Alvin Kamara for the New Orleans Saints. Let's stop and talk about this, right? Kamara, obviously, at points this year has looked like he could be the best running back in the league, going for 38 fantasy points against Las Vegas, having 4 games in a row with double-digit points, 20, 15, 14, and 38 respectively. Over the last 4 weeks, this is what he has done. 7, 6, 10, and 4 against San Francisco. They play Tampa this week. The last time they played Tampa, he didn't play. That was in week 2. He was injured in week 1. So we don't really have that sample size there, but even against divisional opponents with defenses that aren't as good, he only put up a 6 against Carolina. Against the below average Rams defense, he only put up a 10, and he has not scored a touchdown since week 8. I'm out on him. I don't know what to make of Kamara right now. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know if the offense is just that bad right now, like they're just playing that poorly, but I'm sitting Alvin Kamara until further notice. I never thought I'd say that, but that's where you have to go. Another guy that I'm sitting this week, I'm sitting Leonard Fournette against the Saints. Rachaad White shown he can run the ball well. Fournette's continuing to have injury problems. Everybody thought he was going to play last week. He didn't. I don't think the team is sold on Fournette at the moment. You know, if they squeak into the playoffs, he might make an impact there. But I don't think he's healthy enough to play. I don't think he really has the juice. And I think Rachaad White's going to take on a bigger role in this team going forward. So I'm putting Fournette on the bench this week too. And at the end of the day, we're at a point in the fantasy season now where you're playing for, if you're in the playoffs, positioning, or if you're on the bubble to get in. You can't miss, right? You can't miss. Travis Etienne, another guy. I love Travis Etienne as a player. I hate him this week against the Lions. The Lions' run defense has played extremely well the last couple of weeks. I'm not playing him. If he is healthy, I am not playing Etienne. They had a way to shut down Saquon Barkley. They will definitely shut down Travis Etienne.
He did go out of last game.
And he's banged up. So that's an if he plays. I'm not playing anybody from the Pittsburgh's running back duo of Snell and Harris if they play. And honestly, I know you liked him, but I'm not in love with Stevenson against Buffalo.
I am. I love Stevenson against Buffalo, and I love Damian Pierce against Cleveland. That's my guy of the week.
Cleveland one. Damian Pierce against Cleveland, I can get behind. I can get behind that one. I think he could have a big week there.
Yeah, and I love Stevenson against Buffalo. I got a feeling he's going to tear them a new asshole.
I'm playing him, so
that's my opinion. And of course, I love Aaron Jones against the Chicago Bears this week. I love it.
You know who I like this week? I like Antonio Gibson in his role against the Giants. We saw what Jamal Williams did, and I think those are two very similar guys, and I think Gibson could have a very nice week against the Giants. I also like Miles Sanders against Tennessee. Tennessee does not allow... Miles Sanders had an absolutely phenomenal game last week, a 25-point game. Before that, he put up a 5 and a 5. Before that, 13-15. I think he could have a big week again against Tennessee. I don't think it'll be a 30-pointer, but I like Miles Sanders this week. And I like Jamal Williams against Jacksonville. I think he'll be able to run the ball pretty effectively at the goal line, and that equals touchdowns. Who else?
I don't have anybody else. You, Bruce?
Nobody. You know,
All right.
Mr.
cool.
Swift.
Moving on to the wide
Yeah.
receivers.
can't get him out there. So
All right. Who do you like?
Go ahead.
I like Christian Watson against the Chicago Bears.
You do,
I
eh?
got a feeling that this kid is going to light them up.
Christian Watson against the Bears. Okay, so I'm a
Yes.
Christian Watson owner, and I don't even love Christian
I
Watson.
love him against the Bears this week. Divisional game.
You in these divisional games all the
Okay.
time. I'm going to be honest with you. Christian Watson has had 3 very nice weeks in a row.
Yep.
And that worries me, especially with Rodgers' injury concerns. Yes, at the end of the day, Jordan Love did hit him with an absolutely beautiful touchdown pass last week.
Yep.
But this one
If
still gives me
Aaron
agony.
Rodgers plays, play this kid. He's gonna put up at least 2 touchdowns this week if Aaron Rodgers plays. At least 2.
You know who I do love this week? Amari Cooper against Houston.
I love Amari Cooper against any team, especially the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but mostly just because he's Amari Cooper.
A.J. Brown against the Tennessee Titans in a revenge game.
Don't like him. Don't like him.
Oh, he probably doesn't fucking like you either.
I
It's
just
a
don't
revenge
like him
game.
against Tennessee's defense. That's all. That's all.
I think A.J. Brown has a big day against the
Usually
Titans in a nice
usually
revenge
when
game.
guys play their former teams, they come out a little more fired up than normal, and he should have a good game, but I don't see that happening. I got a feeling they're going to roll a lot of coverage toward his way. But the guy playing opposite him, Devontae Smith, could have a huge game.
My sit this week is going to shock you guys. That's Chris Olave against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers defense is going to give the Saints fits, much like San Francisco did last week. I know Olave has been extremely, extremely consistent, but if you look last week, he was able to put up an 8. If you need a flex play, I think Olave's good there this week. The matchup against Tampa, their defense looks good still. Their secondary looks good still. And I just don't. I think that Tampa's defense will make New Orleans feel a lot of the same way they did last week against the 49ers, especially if they continue to roll the dice with Andy Dalton. Sorry, it's just the way I feel.
I don't like Treylon Burks against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Neither do I.
I don't
Absolutely
think he's not that. He's that big, strong receiver, but he can't outrun these guys. Them guys in the Philly secondary can all run and they can all cover good. So I don't like him. One guy I do like that I wanted to talk about was my man Garrett Wilson. I love him against the Vikings defense this week. Play Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson, I'm a fan of him this week.
He showed he's a really good player last week.
You know who I think could have a really, really nice week this week? I think Mac Hollins in that secondary role to Devontae Adams catching the ball.
Well, that's because if you watch that game last week, they were rolling 3 different dudes on him, dude. They had 3 guys covering Devontae Adams. 3.
And I also like.
And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Huh?
I like Pickens against Atlanta. I think George Pickens is the next.
Pickens, the only thing that bothers me about Pickens, and I will say this, I don't think he's as fast as what people think he is. And I think that he's that big, rangy guy that can catch the ball throwing his way. But I don't think he's that guy that he's not like Garrett Wilson, where Garrett Wilson, when he catches that ball, he's gone.
doesn't he?
He can outrun guys.
Isn't
you know
he?
what I mean?
Isn't
Chris Olave is the same way.
that
That's true.
that George Pickens catch up for catch of the year?
Well, yeah, like
I'm
I
just saying.
said,
I'm
he's a
making
big, rangy guy. He's like
conversation
Drake
about the
London.
guy, and
Anybody see Drake London's catch last week? He pulled it off the fucking turf before it hit the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great catch. Great catch. His whole body was in the air when he made that catch. The problem is he can't outrun anybody. At this level, you need speed to get away from guys. And I don't think either one of those guys have it.
Let's move on to tight ends.
Okay.
One guy that I don't know about going into this week, Cole Kmet against Green Bay. Green Bay's defense always seems to play well against the tight end. Green Bay has me so confused right now. I just don't know what to make of it, because you know what? It wouldn't shock me for Chicago to stomp them this week, but also wouldn't shock me to see Green Bay stomp Chicago. I don't know, but Cole Kmet just doesn't jump off the page to me as a guy who's going to have a great day. I mean, he's tight end 8. So if you got him, most likely you're playing him. I can't get behind that one this week. Tyler Conklin's the most inconsistent human being in football, it seems like. I mean,
No,
9-7.
No, he's not.
9-7, 12, 6-0, 2-4, 22, 1-2-7.
Well, it's pretty much, that's not his fault. Not his fault entirely. I think the way they're calling the offenses over there,
That's true.
the quarterback situation was a shit show. Somebody who I love this week, George Kittles. I love him against the Dolphins. I love him against the Dolphins defense this week.
As do I.
It's George.
As do
I
I.
really do.
I think
I think he's going to be a man-child.
especially if McCaffrey's out.
Correct.
Especially if McCaffrey doesn't play.
Always loved Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz is the man. I got him in my one league. He's been money. He's been money. If you didn't have a chance to get Travis Kelce, take Dalton Schultz.
It's Schultz.
Whatever.
Schultz.
Schlitz.
Schlitz.
I like Njoku against Houston.
Okay.
Guys, I another couple guys I really don't like this week.
I like Gerald Everett against the Raiders.
Hey, if you got Robert Tonyan, then fuck you. That's all I have to say. Just
If you got Robert Tiny, you might as well sit him down.
Yeah, you might as well. No, you might
Don't
as
ever
well
fucking
just,
play him
Might
again.
as well just
Hey,
what?
he's on my bench, man. Chill out.
No,
That's
he's
where
not.
he should be, on the
I
bench.
thought he is.
Oh yeah, he is. That's
Should be
awful.
on the bench.
That's absolutely fucking awful.
You know who I don't like?
You were the
Cade
one who
Otton
wanted him from me.
versus the New Orleans Saints. Don't play him. Sit him this week.
One other guy that I absolutely despise and you should have dropped by now is Taysom Hill. It's over. That experiment's over.
You said that last week.
I'm going to continue to reiterate it because for some reason he's still owned in 37% of leagues.
I don't like Mike Gesicki against the 49ers.
I don't like Mike
defense.
Gesicki anymore ever.
I don't think that he can fucking do it.
They're my guys.
Listen.
What's that?
Gesicki,
I don't like him against the 49er defense. They really cover tight ends well.
Gesicki shouldn't be on a team. Tanyan shouldn't be on a team. Fucking Higbee shouldn't be on a team. Disley shouldn't be on a team. If you're playing fantasy,
I
get
like
rid of
Will
him.
Disley.
Go pick up Foster Morneau.
Yeah.
Okay? Go pick up a
tearing it
guy
up.
like that. Go pick up Isaiah Likely. Go pick up guys.
And I
Greg
will say
Dulcich.
this. You know what?
They have more
tight end
upside.
is a rare breed. It's a rare breed. But you know something? Let me tell you something. Offenses need to be predicated around tight ends more. Andy Reid predicates his offense around tight ends. He's been doing it for fucking decades. Decades.
Nice. Well said.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Look at it.
said.
Why do you think that this Moreau guy is doing as well? Darren Waller's hurt.
Foster
The fucking
Morneau.
Pro Bowler. And now you got this guy's going to be a Pro Bowler if Derek Carr keeps hammering him with targets. These guys don't get hammered with targets enough. That's the fucking problem in this league. A prime example, T.J. Hawkinson. When he was with Detroit, he was lucky to put fucking 10 points a week up. Lucky.
Should I wear his jersey?
Lucky.
Again?
What is he doing right now? What is he doing since he's been at Minnesota? What did he put up last week?
Who?
Hawkinson.
Oh, Hawkinson had a very nice week last week. Again,
been
he's
every
currently
week.
tight end
He's-
3.
He's ranked third now.
I believe so.
yeah,
Yeah.
where was he ranked up until getting traded
He
to the fucking
he had
Vikings?
he had those 2 games in Detroit where he had like
Well, he had the one game
75
for 100
yards.
some fucking yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
TJ Hawkinson is currently tight end 3. Here's his last couple of weeks: 15, 8, 11, 16. Though that was after. So he's
15, 8, 11.
since going to Minnesota, 16, 11 and a half, 8 and a half, and 15 and a half.
Well, there you go.
I'm gonna need to go to Minnesota and get a
He's a start every week.
and
With
get
Minnesota.
a signature on my
Well,
Lions
you know
jersey.
what? That's what happens when you have a quarterback that utilizes his tight end.
Correct.
A lot of times with quarterbacks, here, let me tell you like this. Okay, Sam knows Tom Brady made a career of using fucking tight ends
Yes,
as
he
a
did.
safety blanket.
Yep.
Everybody
As his
knows
safety
that.
blanket.
Everybody who's
Whether
watching
it was
this
Rob
knows.
Gronkowski or Aaron Hernandez, who was fixed to be the next superstar.
Yeah.
But he
These
did what
guys
he had
know
to
how to
do,
use
you
tight
know?
ends. Good quarterbacks use their tight ends. Phillip Rivers
Oh,
used his
God,
tight end like nobody did. Huh?
Nothing.
Am I wrong?
You're just sitting here.
Am I wrong
You
here?
mentioned Phil
No,
Rivers.
you're right. You're 1,000% right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Phillip Rivers? Anybody throw a tight end more than him?
No, I just
No,
I,
I mean,
hate hearing
Brady.
you say Philip Rivers
Brady
Right.
and Phillip Rivers. That's
because
about
you
it.
have his schlong in your mouth as much as he's got Brady's.
You're going to have some schlong in your mouth here pretty soon.
Nice schlong in your mouth.
Why me?
Team defense, like Uncle Sam said, you got the Patriots defense. Play them all the way.
Patriots number 1 defense. Number 3 is the Philadelphia Eagles, by the way.
Honestly,
There's a defense out there
Cowboys-
that I want people to start considering picking up. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
I really think you should start picking up.
Patriots defense is rated 2, by the way.
In my league, the rated 1 here.
Well, in this league, the Cowboys are rated 1.
Cowboys are rated first.
He's on
Surprisingly.
Yahoo.
Me?
He's on
Oh.
Yahoo.
Garbage.
No, I'm not.
Absolutely.
I'm on my fantasy.
Yeah,
app.
you're on Yahoo Fantasy. You're not on
Um,
ESPN, are you?
Yeah.
The matchups
You
that
are.
I do like, I don't like the Broncos ever for anything, so you can forget about that.
No, the Broncos disappointed me last week. Their defense.
If you
really
got the
took it on
Seahawks
chin.
defense against the Rams, play them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the Seahawks defense against the Rams, play them.
Okay.
pretty much.
If you got the Packers D against Chicago, might be worth a play.
Unless Justin Fields is playing.
Unless Justin Fields
Maybe
is
not.
playing, yeah. And as always, if you have the Lions defense,
That's hitters.
you
Do
fucked
not
up.
play them
That
this
is
week.
hideous.
Sit them this week.
Green Bay goes into Chicago.
Um,
Oh, that's hideous.
anything else?
Nah. Just wait.
Good luck. Good luck, Trent Dilfer,
Good luck, Trent Dilfer.
as the head coach of UAB Blazers. I think he is.
Whatever happened? Isn't that the guy that was coaching the Michigan team?
Trent Dilfer.
No.
No. Who's the guy? Who was the guy?
Jesus, Mary
who's
and Joseph, Bruce. Trent Dilfer. You've only heard Trent Dilfer's name 17,000.
Yeah, I
Trent,
can't. Yeah,
Trent,
I can't tell.
Trent
if it,
Dilfer
who was the guy from
won
the
the
Michigan,
2001 Super
Panthers?
Bowl.
The Michigan Panthers. That was
What are you talking about?
the guy who used to coach the Rams that coached the Michigan Panthers.
Do we really have to say this right now?
It's been a while.
Do I need to say it? God bless Jeff Fisher.
Jeff Fisher.
God bless Jeff Fisher.
We have a whole episode named God
That's
Bless
it.
Jeff Fisher.
God bless
Well,
Jeff Fisher.
I truly think that Trent Dilfer is a good football mind. I remember when he was telling Brady how he should do things, because Trent knows Trent did win a Super Bowl, and he was pretty amazing in that Super Bowl. Actually, it was a defense that was totally amazing, but we'll give him some credit. He did win a Super Bowl,
Are you done yet?
and he's not the
Oh,
worst.
my God.
Hey, guess what? He's not the best Baltimore Raven quarterback that won a Super Bowl. That's Joe Flacco.
Anyways,
What do you mean, anyways? Why are you giving me shit?
we're
Anyways,
sitting here talking about Trent Dilfer, dude. He hasn't been relevant in 20 years. You got anything else?
audience just fell
Much like
asleep.
you in the fantasy league. Anything else?
Nah.
Not relevant for 20 years.
Damn.
Yeah. Going down, down, down.
Listen,
Ring of fire.
talking a lot of shit for somebody that fucking I help out.
Oh, you know what? That's what I love to hear. You do these trades with me, and then when I win the trade and my team does better than you, you're like, I just did it to help you out.
I did.
I just did it to help you out.
I did.
That's it. Every trade we've done this year, you just did it to help me out, eh?
Oh, stop. Yes, I
Anyways.
did.
That's it.
I did because I'm that type of a person that likes to help people. Okay.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Tip
Sure.
Balls Podcast. If you are listening to us on Spotify or Apple Music, make sure to watch us on YouTube and remember to subscribe. If you haven't yet, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Tip Balls, TikTok at Tip Balls Podcast. And if you ever see the Tip Balls Instagram page without a story posted on it, please message us and let us know so
Let
that way
him
I can
know.
fire Bruce.
So he can yell at me.
I will.
That's going to be our next poll is when should we fire Bruce?
Hey, what month should we fire
It's
Bruce?
either him or Hackett are going to get it.
Yes.
We don't
Can I
know
get
who's
in
going to
on
get it
this?
first, Bruce or Hackett.
Can I get on
Will
this?
Bruce or Hackett get fired first?
Can I throw some money on this?
What?
On when I get fired?
Yeah. That's insider trading. Anyways, have a great week. Enjoy the Thursday night game. You will hear from us on Saturday.
Oh, it's ho, ho, ho. Now I have machine gun.
I got you to
asshole.
say it though.